Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Georgia and today I wanted to do 3 looks 1 palette with the new Beauty Bay New Romantic eyeshadow palette. This is the 3rd look I've created today, so not quite like, you know. But yeah, these are the shades that you get inside the palette. I have already done a first impressions video about this, but I wanted to give it a go and see what sort of looks I can create from the eyeshadow palette, because there is a lot of pink shades in there and they aren't always the most wearable, because they are quite wearable, but it just depends whether that's your sort of colour scheme or colour theme that you go for. But I wanted to give it a play around and just try a few different looks just to show you what sort of looks you can get from this palette in case you were like wondering or like on the fence about buying it or anything. It is only £15 as well from Beauty Bay, which I think is quite a good price for a palette, and they are quite big pans with 20 shadows in there too, so I think that's a really good price for it. I do really like this eyeshadow palette. I have managed to create a few different looks and I will certainly keep dipping into it from now on, just because I like a lot of the shimmers too. So they're quite nice and almost like foily or reflective, so I will definitely be using some more of those. And a lot of the pinks are quite blush toned or wearable or buildable as well, so you don't always have to have a full-on bright pink eye. You could kind of go in and put some just in the crease or under your eye or something, or just in the center of your eye. So I think it's a really great palette for that. But yeah, if you want to see how I got these looks, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first look is quite a grungy look. I used some of the browns in the palette. I just wanted to create a look which wasn't pink. Just wanted to make it a little bit different there. And the second look is kind of inspired by Pat McGrath. I've gone with the darker eyeshadow underneath and then put the shimmers on top, which I think has looked really nice. And then with the third look, I've just gone with the colourful look and to use some of the pinks in the palette too. Okay, so with the look 1, I wanted to make it a bit different, because when you first look at the palette, it does look very pink, but I wanted to go with some of those browns, make it a bit grungy. So first of all, I start off by going into vanilla and just putting this all over the lid just as a base, so everything is nice and neutral and ready to go. And then I go into the shade Lingerie and I just use this all over the lid and then up into my crease. Taking a slightly different brush, I go into Muffin and just kind of keep this on the actual lid, just buffing it close to the lash line and then blending it out. I then go into Mars, which is a deeper, darker brown, almost slightly red toned, and I'm just using this quite messily and just blending it straight onto the lid quite close to the lash line again. And then taking a smaller, flatter brush, I'm going into Saddle. I'm just putting that very, very close to the lash line, almost as if I was doing an eyeliner. And then taking that first brush, I'm using it to blend it out again, so it's not a harsh line. And then taking a sort of chubby brush, I'm taking Lingerie and going underneath the eye, once again just smoking it out so it has that sort of like grunge look to it. And then I do the same technique but with the shade Embers, and just put this on the bottom lash line as well, just to get a mix of the colours. I do then also use the brush and keep it on the lash line, then bring it up around the outside of my eye to give a rounded effect. I then go with my Revolution 5D Lash Mascara. I use this mascara just because it is kind of like a natural lash, but in a really like powerful sort of way. I then went in with the dark lip to add to the extra grunge look, and this is it. This is the finished look. I really like how it turned out. Something a bit different from this palette, and yeah, I really like it. And again with look 2, I want to do something a little bit different, a little bit edgy. This look is kind of inspired by Pat McGrath Labs, the way the dark eyeshadow with the shimmer on top. And yeah, this is it, let's go. Okay, to start with, I go in with a flat detailing brush into Lingerie, and I just trace out sort of the shape that I want for the black eyeshadow. I thought it'd be great doing it with this shade, so it's not as harsh, and if I make any mistakes, I can kind of easily amend it. And then do the same thing but with ink. And this is the black shade, so once again I'll just follow the outline that I've just already made, and then I go in and fill it in itself too. I am doing my foundation after my eyeshadow today because I was worried about fallout, but that actually wasn't all that much from this shade. And then using the same brush but going with the flat side, I go into the shade Royal, which is this purple shade. And I try on at first and it doesn't really show up too much, so I end up going in with my finger, and it really gives the extra oomph that I wanted from this glitter. Using the brush, I then go into Queen. I just didn't want such an obvious colour when it comes to this one. I wanted the colours to blend together, so I didn't use my finger for this one, but I just keep it on the inner corner of my eye. I then take a cotton pad with micellar water on just to really clean everything up and capture the glitter that is falling out there. And then once I've done my foundation, I'm taking a smaller little detail brush and going into ink and just creating a very thin line underneath my eye. I didn't want to smoke this out too much. And then taking the Barry M High Vis eyeliner in Riot and putting this in the same place but on my waterline. I don't bring it all the way fully into my eye because I kind of like that graphic shape that was going on. And then I just tidy things up with the black eyeshadow again there. And then going into my Diego Dalla Palma Toy Boy mascara. I really like this one for the massive like volume and effect and everything. I just thought it looked great with this look. And this is it. This is the finished look. I really like how it turned out. I kept it nice and simple with a nude lip, so the eyes could really do the talking for themselves. But I really like how this one turned out. It's something a bit different and more on the purple side rather than pink. And then for the third and final look, it's a bright colourful look with a winged eyeliner, almost look kind of pin-up girl with the red lip and everything as well, but a really nice bright colourful look that would great in the summer as well, so you could definitely use this palette again and again. I started off by priming my eyes with foundation because I was going to be doing my foundation afterwards in case I need fallout, but I just made sure my eyes had the colour and coverage on there, and then I powdered it and everything. And then I go into Flamingo to start off with. This is just the pink shade, and I take this up into the crease to really kind of blend everything out. I then go into the shade Milkshake. This is a bright pink colour. I really like this one, and I took it to the very outer edges because I wanted that depth and colour there. I do slightly wing it out and then I bring it up into the crease as well, just to create a nice cohesive shape. I then take Khaki on my finger, which is a nice goldy green colour, and I just put that on the inner corner of my eye, basically anywhere that I have not put that pink shade. I really want the colours to kind of like go together. And I do end up taking this slightly higher up onto my crease as well, just so it matches with the other colour once again. I then go back into Milkshake just to make sure everything's blended and the colour depth is there that I want, making sure I keep the shape really nice and everything. And then taking a really thin eyeliner brush and going into ink, and then just using this to create a wing. And then this is the finished look. I do like how it turned out. I see the eyeliner has almost printed up onto my eyelid, so I do go ahead and put an actual eyeliner over the top of this just to keep it in its place and everything, because it did print up onto the rest of the shadow there. Otherwise, this is a really fun look, and it's not overly pink or anything either. It's just really cute. Okay, and these are the three looks. We have the grungy one, which I think is really cute, the dark purple one, which I also think is really cute, and then the bright colourful one, which of course I think is really cute. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you got some inspiration from some of the looks I did today, and let me know what sort of looks you've created below as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!